Hey Scott, hey everyone else, welcome back to 4 Running Shoes. I haven't been doing much running for the last few weeks after my marathon. Just been, to be honest, a little bit sick and a little bit just taking it easy. So I haven't been in a rush to get back into running, and I miss it. I do miss it, and I'm really keen to get back into it, but I didn't really feel like I needed to rush. Just wanted to get fully recovered from being sick, and also just give my body a bit extra time to recover. I had a little bit of a sore knee throughout training and stuff, so I've been trying to give it some time to get better, but it's still just kind of sticking around, to be honest. So probably something I'll just run with, and it'll get better gradually over time. It doesn't really get worse, it just kind of like lingers. So anyway, I'll just keep monitoring that and working at it. But I've been thinking about like what are the key things that I want to do now that I'm not like specifically training for something. I'm planning on doing a marathon in the end of April next year, half marathon, sorry, at the end of April next year. But that gives me like 6 months of kind of leading up to that. I'll do like a sort of a normal 3-month sort of training period for that, starting in February. But that leaves me with like the whole summer of wondering what to do. And generally summer I don't run much. I don't really like running in the heat, and so I kind of avoid it and just do park runs and like barely any running, really 1 or 2 runs a week at most. But that's not really how I want to approach this summer. I would love to get in some good mileage. I don't think I need to do anything crazy, but I just want to get into a regular routine and habit of running, so that when I do hit my training block, I am ready to just ramp up rather than kind of start from scratch and then build into it. So I've been talking to my wife and trying to figure out how that'll work best for us. And really, I think we just want to get into a routine of regular runs each week. That's not something that we often do. We kind of just make a plan for the week every week, and it's different depending on what's going on. And that's helpful to be flexible and to try and change things around, but it also doesn't really help much as far as creating a habit and doing the things week in, week out that you need to. Because sometimes you might miss a run because you're not feeling good, and then you try and cram it in on the weekend, or all these different things can happen. But I would love to just get into a habit of Mondays I run, Wednesdays I do a session, Sundays I do my long run. Like every week I just do the same thing over and over again. I'll definitely keep it interesting and vary it a bit, but to have some sort of consistent training I think will really help me moving forward in my marathon journey, I guess. So I talked to my wife and we figured out she wants to do this as well. So she's gonna aim over the summer to do about 3 runs a week, and I'll do 4 or 5, I think. I'm still nailing down exactly what that looks like each week, but we figured out what my wife's gonna do, and I'm gonna try and build in around that. But the key things that I'm trying to build in are things like I'm gonna do 1 session every week. It won't be crazy hard sessions during the summer, because that's just sort of like a maintenance phase for me. It'll just be a bit of a session, so I'm used to doing 1 session every week, and then a long run every week, which will most likely be Sunday mornings. But something that we thought would be really interesting is to actually have not necessarily alternating weeks, but have 2 different weeks scheduled in, so that if, for example, we have Sunday planned as a long run and it's just really not going to work that week, we have another alternate sort of week of training that we can fall back on that just works really well. It's like, okay, well, we've got plans for Sunday this week, can't fit in that long run, so we're going to switch to plan B for a week, and I'll do my long run on Saturday, and it shuffles everything around and it just works really seamlessly, hopefully. But we'll still keep it flexible, and some weeks neither week that we plan will work for both of us. So it's kind of just holding those plans loosely, but just having at least an expectation of what each week will look like, and a little bit of options in there, I think would be really helpful. But the key things we want to do: 1 session, 1 long run, and actually start doing some strength training regularly once a week at least. I might even do 2 sessions a week. It's just got conditioning stuff for the legs, but I also enjoy doing some upper body training as well, just to keep kind of a bit of all-round fitness. And I think that'll be really helpful. And I think I definitely want to try and eat healthier. Not that I haven't been eating that healthy. I eat pretty healthy naturally. But yeah, even if I could lose some weight, I think that would be good. I'm not like unhappy with my weight. I think a lot of it is actually muscle as well, but I would love to drop some fat and even, to be honest, drop a little bit of muscle, because it's a bit heavy lugging it around when you're trying to run fast. But yeah, I still think it's good to do some strength training. I think I'll do a lot of hill running, just because it seems like good value for just casual runs throughout the week. You seem to get a lot of strength from it, and a lot of like, you have natural injury prevention from running up hills, because it's not as impactful on the body. But yeah, those are kind of the key things that I'm thinking about. I'm just gonna really try and ease into this sort of thing. I'm not gonna just slam like next week. I'm just gonna have a perfect week of all these things. Like, I'm also gonna think about increasing my sleep quality, as Scott was mentioning in his last video. So like, sometimes in the past I've just gone like, okay, 9 p.m. sleep, and then perfect eating quality and huge mileage, and like have one perfect week and then give up, because that was really like, it was awesome that I did it, but it was like way unsustainable. So I'm just gonna ease into it slowly and hope for the best, that it actually turns out really well, and try to enjoy getting into a good habit and routine that I'm really happy with, and build that. And I think it'll set me up well for kind of like that January, like New Year's resolution time, where it's really hard to actually stick to those resolutions, because it's just all of a sudden getting into it. But if I have like a couple of months, like November, December, to actually practice, it could be really good. And yeah, obviously Christmas is in there, so that's kind of like, yeah, where it's going to be hard to stick to any sort of routines, but I'm just going to hold that sort of week lightly and just get back into it in the new year. But yeah, those are some of my thoughts. I think I'm really excited about that, and next week I'll start to ease into some more regular training, and I think probably the week after that I would like to have a proper week of every, like, hitting 4 or 5 runs, however many runs I'm doing, probably only 4 throughout the week when they're planned in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really keen to actually get into a solid routine and habit of running, and just enjoy it, and not have to worry too much about a big race coming up and feel stressed about whether it's going well or not. It's just going to be pretty chill, I think. So looking forward to that. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Make sure you check out Scott's on Tuesday next week, and I'll see you later.